Hi, thank you for taking the time to review my presentation. I'm Sam Daniels, and I'd like to demonstrate for you here my experience and interest in the field of film and video production. The first production I have for you is a live music video that was shot for the band Stormwatch. This footage was shot amid the chaotic atmosphere of 2008's East Coast Oi Fest, which broke into a full-scale riot later in the evening after shooting had concluded. Despite the dangerous nature of the environment, this shoot was surprisingly far more conventional than most that I've had. This next sample is from a heavy metal video show called The Tinks Vid Dream. Throughout 2006, I functioned as the liaison between the executive producer at Vid Dream's headquarters in Delaware and the station programmer at Access SF, San Francisco's Channel 29. I've also done some editing for Vid Dream and even appear briefly in the show's intro.
Vid Dream.
This is Take Your Minister of Sinister. Welcome to Vid Dream.
This next music video was made under some of the more unconventional means imaginable. Sower of Discord's video, Blood-Sodden Screams, was produced by spontaneous request in closed quarters with limited lighting, improvised diffusion, and edited with methods far outside conventional standards and practices. Bah Humbugged is a short film about a girl whose seasonal depression gets uplifted by a classic holiday movie. I wrote, directed, shot and edited Bah Humbugged for motion picture language class as a contingency when a more ambitious project was met with impasse. Improvised at the last minute, Bah Humbugged, to my surprise, would be nominated for Best Picture in my motion picture language class. Upon graduation from the Academy of Art University's film program with an emphasis in screenwriting, I was anxious to follow the footsteps of revered filmmakers who have made their initial marks in film within the genre of horror. Reluctant to follow the models of slasher splatter flicks or another gore-laden zombie movie, I wanted to make a psychological horror film that was suspenseful and maintained that thrilling sense of dreadful anticipation throughout. My working title for that story is Granny. Granny is the tale of a boy whose family is forced to move into their elderly grandmother's house upon her release from an asylum, only to discover a danger far beyond her psychotic diagnosis. Based on the King Diamond album known as Them, Granny is a thoroughly developed adaptation of that intellectual property. Aware of the implications that copyright laws pose, I took steps to acquisition the copyright upon the completion of the script and attempted to appeal to the composing author's tastes based off of the integral strength my developments offered his property through this medium. While I awaited feedback from his management, I simultaneously worked on the production of a promotional trailer to help establish a budget in the event that Granny would have to be produced on a completely independent level. I handled just about every and all aspects of the trailer's production, from writing, breaking down the script, to storyboarding, establishing production boards and shot lists, as well as casting, location scouting, special effects, and set design. Unfortunately, around the time I was informed that King Diamond's management was not interested in pursuing this as a general idea at all, I also received verification that my script would certainly infringe upon his copyright. Then, shortly afterward, the set I'd been permitted to use for the production of the trailer had been vandalized, and accessing it would no longer be possible. These disastrous setbacks, as well as the depletion of my personal resources, are largely responsible for my shelving of the idea until production of a rewrite becomes viable. I also have some other scripts that I've been working on. Currently, I'm finishing up an original screenplay that entails the comedic exploits of a skateboarder's struggle to open a skate park, where a manipulative antagonist plans to open a strip club. Inspired by classic 80s era comedies, Bait and Destroy is sure to be a comedic hit that musters the chuckles in 15 to 24-year-olds everywhere. I've also worked with IATSE, or the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, as an audio, video, and electrical assistant, as well as a rigging assistant out of San Francisco's local number 16. During my time in San Francisco, I was a DJ for many prominent clubs throughout the tourist and business districts, where, among other tasks, I was responsible for the coordination of light schemes for live stage performances. Well, that's a pretty thorough overview of my interests and experience within the field of film and video production. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation. If you like, I can be contacted at sam.metal.daniels@gmail.com. And again, thanks for watching.